Okay, is this how you record it?
I don't know. This isn't the same one as last week.
But I do see the red light. It's solid now. It's not blinking anymore.
I mean, I guess that means it's recording. I don't know. Where's Man?
Well, you know what happened. Last night he went for that 24-hour massage in our hotel, and he never came back.
Well, I didn't think it meant he was going to stay for 24 hours.
Maybe that's how long it is, 24 hours. Well, maybe we should introduce what's going on.
Okay,
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, hello and welcome, everybody.
Woo! Yeah, Bobby and I are here. We're in Indonesia, so we just woke up. We're in Indonesia. We woke up in apparently the worst hotel in Indonesia, Hotel Mustika, which has a wonderful 2-star rating here on TripAdvisor, where I've never seen this before, but apparently the towels in the bathroom were torn, and that's a new one.
Were they as torn as the bed sheets? Because I discovered that when I laid down.
How do you... torn bed sheet? Now that's a new one.
I just assumed with my Freddy fandom, they just wanted me to feel more comfortable.
Oh, maybe. Because actually we did get separate rooms, which is nice, but I looked it up because it costs $15 a night US to stay, so...
Only the best for Mr. C. I'm just glad we're not locked in a room in a costume again.
Yeah, at least we're not in costumes, right? Like, we're able to escape the room at this point, but we can't find Man. However, we did find 2 guests here.
First, we should clarify, we're not recording in our room right now.
No, we're in a Sizzler in Jakarta. We are waiting for our food, which I always thought Sizzlers were buffets, but we're waiting for our food. And we just ran into our 2 guests that we've decided to have us join us here on the show. However, they're not here because of Mr. Crown. They're just here. We saw 2 men sitting in Native American garb in the middle of an Indonesian Sizzler.
Which I gotta tell you don't expect to see that.
No, but...
I assumed the drugs hadn't worn off yet for us.
Yeah, that's why we came and talked to him. We just happened to realize that the McCullum boys, Shane and Terry, are here.
Mike, Bobby, it's great to see ya.
It's bizarre to see you.
Yeah, Shane, we've never met you, but we've never seen you in person, but I never knew that you... Is this how you usually dress, or is this just... What's going on here?
Well, no, like in the last episode Enigma, you guys know that I have attended the Boston Tea Party in the past. So me and my younger brother, right here, the Archduke of crowd-pleasing, Terry, we're spreading the good word of tea and taxes to the people of Indonesia. Yes.
Wait, hold on. Did you... are you on a boat, or did you fly here?
We took a boat. From Boston, Spain. Sorry about the torn towels in your hotel room. I needed something to make this loincloth out of.
That was you?
Oh my, so wait, hold on a second. Were you in... hold on, do you hear that phone ringing?
Is it my bag? I think it's my bag.
Yeah, I think it's in yours. Can you answer?
Let me just... Hello?
Hello, boys.
Mr. C,
Mr.
what the
Crown.
hell?
Mr. Crown?
Yes, who's that with you?
It's
Hi, my name's Terry. I'm Shane's younger brother. Shane has been a frequent guest on the Grindbin. He's been very well received by the audience, and he decided
that's true.
He decided to bring me on.
Yeah, well, Terry, you are the one who discovered the Grindbin. Rather, they discovered you.
Basically.
Who the fuck are these guys?
No, Shane, he's been on the show a bunch. Didn't you listen to the show, Mr. Crown?
I've never heard a fucking episode in my life.
I thought I was a beloved fixture by now.
We assure you that you are.
You found friends in Indonesia? You're supposed to be on a mission. Where are you right now?
We're at the Sizzler in Jakarta, Mr. C.
What in the fuck? You were supposed to go down to that 24-hour massage.
Just 4 dudes sizzling.
We're pretty sure Man's there.
Oh my god, he went alone?
Well, we couldn't really stop him.
Oh, they're gonna tug him into oblivion.
Well, that's not good, because remember in your Sugar Hill episode where you proposed that movie you were going to make, Tug of the Dead?
Oh, God.
Well, it's starting, and it's
Oh,
starting
no.
over at the Hotel Mustika, but apparently it's just starring Man.
God, I wish we had a way of contacting Man right now.
So what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to review this movie you made us watch on the flight over?
Yeah, The Devil's Sword, which is handpicked. It's a real Indonesian treasure. I don't know if you guys know anybody from Indonesia, but if you know one person from Indonesia, they will definitely tell you that this is one of the most famous movies ever made in that country, ever.
Yeah, sure.
I'm certain that's true.
Does anybody here know an Indonesian?
I may know an Indonesian. I may have brought this up to her, and she may have been very confused and maybe a bit upset of what I was showing her.
What? Really?
I don't know the voice that I'm hearing. Who's this?
It's me, Shane.
Okay, I'm gonna go. So, I'm just gonna let you know right now I don't know any Indonesian words, so I can't say a send off, but have fun.
Nice meeting you, Mr. Crown.
Mr. C, we get to go home after this, right? Hello?
You can say bye.
It's nice meeting you.
He's
Mr.
gone.
Brown.
He's gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
for fuck's sake.
Shane, I apologize. I think he's definitely heard the show. He
Yeah.
knows you're a big
I'm sure
fan
he's
now.
kidding.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
No, I get it. I get it.
So, guys, we're going to review Devil's Sword here, which is from 1984. We're going to review this right in the middle of a restaurant. Why don't we start the episode like we should every other episode, huh?
Yeah, I
do
think
it.
that's a good idea.
Hello and what? Okay, hold on. We don't want to order right now. Can you?
Can
you
you
come back in
We're
like 5 minutes?
We're still deciding.
Yeah,
We're
hold on.
we're still looking at the menu. Thank you.
All right, but we will get all. Everybody wants salad bar. Salamat and welcome to another episode of The Grindbin. I'm Mike Wood.
I'm Bobby Trippett.
I'm Shane.
And I'm Terry.
And today we're talking about 1984's The Devil's Sword.
Crocodile Queen.
Hey, Bobby, I got the money.
Yeah, I made the team! But you're a hooker.
Get that goddamn thing out of your mouth.
Ain't got no real rhythm.
Hello, Pizza Man.
We're gonna play a little game, baby.
I just love fun and games. Get a little girl all hot and horny.
This is Los Angeles.
How the hell is women's live? I'm horny. And maybe Daddy wouldn't have had to kill himself because he couldn't get it up anymore. What a shame.
For jacking off. Come on, just step on the gas before we get creamed. And
So, guys, we're here in the middle of a sizzler in Indonesia. We're going to talk about The Devil's Sword, which is a movie that Mr. Crown made us watch. I don't know why. So, Shane, you said that you know somebody from Indonesia and they never heard of this?
Yes, I do. A friend of mine. She studies in Jakarta.
So she knows all about Barry Prima then.
Oh, sure.
What?
No, she doesn't know anyone. She said maybe her mom would know, but like even then, she doubted it.
She said that right before she blocked Shane.
Yeah, I'm trying to. She's yeah.
Sorry.
I told her I'm here in Jakarta now, and she's
we're really sorry we cock-blocked you, Shane.
yeah.
You said you're in Jakarta now, you're dressed as a Native American, you can't miss you because you're walking around with a headdress on, which is absolutely insane, Shane. I gotta tell you, it's very uncomfortable sitting next to you guys in a restaurant looking like this.
It's pretty authentic. I think it's tasteful.
I do think it is. And it is tax week that we're recording this in America, so you guys have come to Indonesia to not only avoid your civic duty, but to tell everybody else about, spread the good word about tea and taxes, right?
We're going to be dumping a lot of tea, amongst other things.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So we're here talking about Devil's Sword, which is a movie made in 1984 from Indonesia. It is directed by a man named, here we go, Bobby, get it ready. Get the nailed it ready. Ratno Timoir.
Good old rat.
Whoa. Nailed it. Good old rat nose.
Yeah, Ratnos Timoir. He's an Indonesian actor and director. He has 33 acting credits and 9 directing credits. He directed a movie in 1984 called Revenge of the Ninja.
Wait a minute.
It's not the same Revenge of the Ninja. It's just called Revenge of the Ninja, and the only thing I could find about it is a great poster on IMDb and a 1-star review that says, does not contain any actual ninjas. And another movie I wrote down he directed was 1987's Blind Warrior. The only reason I wrote that down is because every single movie he makes that has a description is just the exact same movie as this one. It's somebody meets a magic person that lives in a cave and has to save a village or something. That's the plot of every fucking movie he's ever made.
That's teeth.
Yeah. You know, when you get it right once, you just do it over and over and over again. And the writer of this movie is Imam Tautui.
Nailed it.
Tatooine?
Yes, Imam Tatooine. 30 credits, started in 1979. He wrote a movie in 1980 called Savage Terror, which is just your basic cannibal movie. 1982, Satan's Slave, which on IMDb, if you look that up, the description is an Indonesian version of Phantasm.
Whoa.
Which
What?
Let me write that down.
Okay. Yes,
Bobby
please.
has already placed his Amazon order. It is on the way.
I hope Mr. C doesn't kidnap us next year.
You know, we love Phantasm on this show. I can only imagine the Indonesian version. Probably about something like the tall man lives in a cave.
How do you say boy in Indonesian?
He also made a movie in 1983, wrote one called Blazing Battle, which has an insane poster of a man being upside down crucified.
Whoa.
So it's like, that's a
Okay.
good one, you know? It's like, not only do we crucify him, but we put him down on his head, you know? And then he made a movie in 1985 called Daredevil Commandos.
What a title.
Yeah, and it's the Indonesian rebels want to get rid of evil Dutch occupiers, but they're too strong, so they have to create a super commando unit with their best soldiers.
Well, that's got to be tough for our lead actor.
Yeah, I actually read up on this, and I thought that was kind of weird. Because, Bobby, you explain.
Well, are we ready to jump to our lead?
Yeah, the only person I have written in the cast, because the only person with the credited actual name in the movie, on IMDb with a credit, is Barry Prima, who plays Mandala.
Yeah, Barry Prima, born Humberto Nock. I probably nailed it. The reason I thought that was interesting is that he is half Indonesian, half Dutch, and also starred in that very film.
Oh, wonder what side he was on.
Who knows? It had to be a real...
Is this kind of like an underworld thing?
Okay, yeah, I bet it was. He probably has the bodysuit and everything.
Yeah. He could pull it off.
But Barry Prima, most known for not this film, per se, but a series of, I believe it's 5 films, where he played a character called Jaka Sembang, which was a popular Indonesian comic book character at the time, and they did 5 films where he played that character, the first of which was called The Warrior in 1981.
The other stuff I have for him is that he was in 1980 Savage Terror. He was in a movie in 1982 called Ferocious Female Freedom Fighters,
Hell yeah.
which they made 3 more of. Apparently that movie is kind of like, do you guys ever remember that movie Kung Pao?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that movie in that like they took an Indonesian movie and then just overdubbed it with an English track and made it weird.
Whoa.
But it's it's about a female wrestler who's decided that she no longer wants to wrestle, but her mom, who is also a wrestler, wants to keep her wrestling to make money so her brother can have the operation, because apparently her brother, the seminal vessels run to his skull rather than his groin. When he gets too excited, his head explodes with semen, apparently.
Terry, don't you have that?
That movie or that condition?
Yeah, the old semen head.
Yeah.
Hey, Terry, don't you do that?
I'd rather you not call attention to it. It's pretty embarrassing.
And then the description ends with, during the course of her story, in which a number of brawls ensue, she is befriended by an Elvis impersonating martial artist.
What
so
the
Elvis
shit?
doing karate. Yeah, no, this sounds great. Ferocious
Yeah.
I
Female
am
Freedom
so
Fighters.
here for this.
The FFFF.
The F4.
By God.
Here's another one he was in called 1984, Hijack to Hell.
Oh my God.
John Philip Law is Ted Barner, a low-level employee of a corporation in Indonesia who is charged with testing a new laser weapon, accompanied by an engineer who works for the corporation and a friend. They head out to a test site with the laser in tow, but before they can get very far, they run into an evil Texas industrialist who intends to grab the laser for himself. They are joined by a female reporter and end up at the site of the test where their problems are just beginning. Okay, doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't know how that's hijacked to hell.
Is it a
but
way
that
out?
is.
Some of it reminds me of the Street Fighter movie.
Oh man. D'Souza, you hack.
And then, you know what? He was also in Revenge of the Ninja. Not the one we've done, but 1984's Revenge of the Ninja by the same director. So that's all I have for Barry Prima. Do you have anything else, Bobby?
I do have a couple things, and fellas, if you have more stuff too, by all means, jump in. I do have that his career is still going to this day. He does comedies now, after being generally exclusively an action hero throughout the 80s and 90s. For example, he stars in Comic 8 Casino Kings, Parts 1 and 2. He's in a movie called Demi Cinta, playing a character named Tony Montana, which makes me believe that he's doing some kind of Scarface.
Absolutely.
In 2017, he was in a teen comedy called 20 Forever as police officer. So he's doing well. My understanding is, in interviews, he is kind of known for being a little bit ornery, a little bit cantankerous, a bit
Real
salty,
dick.
and
Real prima donna, if you ask me.
Well done, sir. But one thing that he's kind of known for in interviews is he'll contradict himself while talking. Like on one, he'll say like, "I had a terrible time and I hated all the people I worked with, and then I enjoy making movies and I loved all my coworkers." In the same answer to your question.
That's Barry.
So he sounds like a real
That's
good
what everybody
time.
says. Classic Barry. Classic Prima.
Barry. Do you
so do you
fellas
guys
have anything
have
else
any-
about Barry Prima?
No.
No, I tried to look up more stuff about this, but like you guys said, I looked it up on IMDb, and all the actors are listed, but very few of them are given actual character names, so I couldn't really. And there was no trivia page for it either.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you look up a guy with an Indonesian name and you're like, I can't read any of this.
Yeah.
I don't know who this is, so. Sorry, that's it.
So, but before we get into the film, then let's take a listen to the waiter. We need more time.
Yeah.
I'm not. Can I get some
Yeah,
more
can you
water
just-
though?
It's going to be about an hour and a half, actually. Well,
We're
you know
waiting
what,
for our friend.
Just bring us some. What are you guys? Whatever. Get the fuck
This
out.
glass is kind of dirty.
Are you Barry Prima?
Wait, he nodded
God.
and
Mr.
shook his
Prima,
head.
looking good.
Yeah, he also contradicted exactly what he just said. I think it's him.
I don't know.
I think our waiter's Barry Prima.
You can't miss that.
Oh shit! I was wondering why he was lurking around but not saying anything.
Yeah.
All right, so we should probably get started then.
Yeah, let's get into the movie, guys. So we pan from space. That's how I love to start my movies, guys. From
Always
space.
a good start.
We pan down from space to some old wizard.
Yeah,
with
the
a
wizard
furry cane.
Shazam is sitting on a rock praying.
Gandalf the Greasy.
He's got a furry cane, which I did love, and he's sitting on a rock, and some crazy-ass meteor.
A meteorite on a string crashes next to him
Yeah.
Very tiny one.
and then explodes.
Yeah, and then he goes over and he surveys the wreckage, and it's some glowing rock. So it's starting out a lot like Turkish Superman at this point.
Yeah, it's a glowing and beeping rock, like it was about to go into reverse.
Yeah, it was weird. The movie like starts out showing space, and like you get the weird like beepy sound effects, and like you're about to watch a sci-fi movie.
It sounds
but
like
then-
the game Earthbound, if you've ever played that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It really does.
And so he brings this rock back home, right? And he's got some sort of bamboo contraption. It looks like the big bird cage type of thing. Like, I don't know what the fuck it's supposed to do, but apparently he's got like a 6-foot long contraption that you go up and down that makes a fire. And he's got that rock inside of it, but then he's made a sword out of this rock, apparently. And when he picks up the sword, all of a sudden his whole hut just starts collapsing around him, and it gets blown over and all this stuff, right? And then he just swings the sword, and now his whole home's gone. And it says "The Devil's Sword" in a credit, and I was
Damn
like,
right.
"Is the devil from space, or because what the fuck's
What a
going
twist. Turns out hell is another planet up in space. Wasn't that Doom?
Yeah. Isn't it like on Mars or something?
Is this a shared universe with Doom?
on? It might be.
But we're not going to find that out
so-
because we're switching to a different movie now. And,
No. Well, yeah, the first 10 minutes
We
of
go
this, we
to
switched
a village.
to a different movie to another movie to another movie. So we'll start with the second movie now, which is,
Yeah.
by the way, the credit sequence. Holy God, they just got it all out in the beginning. There's no credit. There's no end credits, at least the version I watched. They just fucking front load this shit because it takes
Yeah.
forever.
yeah. We're getting company logos and everything.
Oh yeah, we'll get to the credits actually. That's a nice little surprise we'll have in a few minutes. But there's a credit sequence as the villagers walk through the jungle. They're carrying food and stuff, and then this old dude tells a young man, he goes, "It's time." And then he prays and he goes, "Hey, Lake Queen, take this young man as your
Yeah.
sacrifice to live with you at the bottom of this lake."
Accept this man as your life partner.
Yeah, they strip that kid naked, they slap him in the ass, and they go, "Dive on in."
And he does a big ass cannonball.
When he's swimming, we get a very clear taint shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In classic Grindbin tradition.
Exactly.
Pull out your bingo cards. It's right in the center. Man's asshole.
Yep.
We got it, guys.
It's right at the
beginning.
start.
Every single time.
Leading off strong.
I wasn't even upset. I was just like, I'm at home
It's
now.
tasteful.
Yeah, it is. It's a tasteful asshole shot, which is what we love to see in the Grindbin movies.
Right.
Which, by the way, I don't know the version you guys watched of this, but who the hell restored this movie to such great quality? Like, why?
I can answer that actually. That's Mondo Macabro.
Oh, well, thank you,
For-
Mondo.
That is where I
God
first
damn.
heard of this movie. I follow Mondo Macabro because they are the people who gave us Lady Terminator and the people who gave us For
Oh,
Your Height
yeah.
Only. And
This is
the
right
people
up
who
their
gave
alley.
us Mahakal the Monster. Their whole thing is weird, obscure, global cinema. that no one else is going to touch.
Yeah. And they're like, is everybody else looking forward to the 4K restoration of the Devil's Sword?
I am.
As they say to an empty room with just Bobby in it.
Just me in the background. Woo!
I know I've got a copy.
Damn right. They've also put out The Warrior, the first of his I guess, superhero stories. So I'll have to track that down.
Right, the lake kid is now swimming around with these ladies underwater for a while. And then we just cut to a bunch of alligators in a shallow pool.
That are roaring.
Yeah, roaring alligators.
Yeah, the worst kind.
We are in a Dino De Laurentiis set. It looks like
Very
Flash
much.
Gordon or like Barbarella or something.
It's
This
so
is
good.
fucking nuts.
This is my kind of party.
There are gator statues, and there's like flame pits and an army of women. And this assistant guy comes out.
Yeah, we should get this right out of the way. We just called them alligators. They're crocodiles. We should show
Yeah,
some goddamn respect.
Show
Get it
respect to the
right.
crocodile queen.
Yeah. So this
That's right.
this magic guy comes
This is
out.
the one
That's
that
what
will
I
see
call
us
him.
in a while.
Yes. I call this man Magic Man. He comes out
Okay.
and he goes, "Watch now as our queen rises from the water." And then she just kind of comes out of the water with the bed sheet on.
And she's coming out of the water with her squad. And it's fucking fabulous. And they're just rising up, and this floating cloak comes up out of the dry ice in the water. It's like Spawn's cape. It's kind of thinking to itself.
Yeah.
But then the lovely assistants catch it and hold it taut. This is like some David Copperfield shit. We're doing like a magic trick.
Yeah, and at the end of that magic trick, David Copperfield also just walked out with like a tinfoil bra on, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because she's kind of decked out a little bit Slave Leia, but she's got like this Serpentor crown on.
Yeah, Slave Leia, but if all they had was Reynolds wrap.
Yeah, and her outfit that she's wearing is like a single drape that they've like knotted into a bathing suit. Like she's an aerialist who did like what are those called, where they dance on the scarves?
Yeah, she can't move very much though, or else this thing's gonna fall apart. So
Oh, yeah.
her movement is very limited. You know?
So her assistants they wrap her in the cloak. They say Alakazam. They tap her with the magic wand, spin her around twice, and poof, costume change, and now she's dressed like Tina Turner.
Yeah, that's the tinfoil bra thing. And they say, "Hey, it's the Crocodile Queen, everybody, and we're awaiting your orders." And she goes, "You can bring them out.
And here come the boys.
She is hungry for dudes.
Oh,
Bring
man.
on the studs." Am I right?
Oh.
She is
And
into studs.
These dudes come out, and they're all these extras in like color-coded headbands, like they're training with the Ninja Turtles.
Oh man.
And she lays down and hits a sexy pose on her crocodile couch, which I want.
Yes.
Yeah, she has. Is this where we get to see that giant ass crocodile head that the couch is located under?
I think they relocate it under there.
They move it later. We don't see the head yet. It's just the couch that has like a crocodile across the back of it.
Yeah, it seems like they were going through an interior decorating, like a redesign throughout this movie, because constantly the lair changes. Like, I didn't notice the fire pits earlier, so maybe there's kind of like a renovation going on throughout the movie, or they just started adding things. But right now, she's got a nice, sweet crocodile couch. She lays down on it. She kind of does the Michael Jackson Thriller pose, so she says, "Bring on the studs." And these guys just kind of walk over to her, and they all kiss on her for a while. And
Yeah,
we
we
just
start
kind of
getting
watch
to
this
work.
as the orgy begins.
And
we just kind of
her
watch
squad
this.
of girls all start watching too until Magic Man pounds the staff like, hey, everybody look away.
Although the Croc Queen likes to like kind of get busy in front of people, she also likes her privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It comes and goes like the tide.
So we're 10 minutes into this movie now, and we have just restarted the credits
Yeah, they're still not done somehow.
because we cut to more credits. At this point, I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, did they just film part of that movie? And they're like, well, this is shit. Do it over.
That was my theory, was that this was an insert scene and they literally inserted it during the credits.
And do you think they were like, wait, hold on, though. Don't get rid of what you made. We paid for that. So just go back and do it better, but keep that in. We'll just restart the credits. Nobody will know. It reminded me of like something like you watch like a Looney Tunes or a Shirley Temple short, before the movie or something. And then the real movie
had
just
orgies?
started. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite credit here was the story credit and was
Yeah.
credited to Man.
Yeah, what the
Because
fuck
this
was
is for
that?
the boys.
Damn right.
So it's just the story of man.
I think this covers it.
So we're in a village. This couple's getting married. We've now started the third movie, right? And then we just cut to some rocks, and there's this great VO, and it says, "Warrior, rise out of the rocks and go get those people that are getting married."
Arise from your meditation, Banyu Jaga. And that's this warrior's name. That's hard to say, so we'll just call him BJ for the rest of the show.
Great. I called him Warrior, but we'll call him BJ.
And the rocks explode, and you just hear cackling. Yeah, double cackling with double explosions. And he's standing there holding two scimitars.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, come on now. They had construction paper they cut out to look like them.
Well, that's what they're supposed to be.
I've never seen a floppier sword in my fucking life. Also, it's not metal. It's like...
He's got, like, practice scimitars.
Yes, they found, like, beige construction paper. Like, it's fine. Nobody will know. Nobody.
He's got his bamboo swords. And, he stands there laughing, and he awaits his marching orders. And so the voice says, "Stop the marriage." And so he does the most baller shit, you guys.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He sees this big-ass rock, and he kicks it, and then jumps on it while it flies through the air.
He's like fucking Michael J. Fox, man.
This is General Tao from Dragon Ball shit.
Oh, shit.
There is a guy in Dragon Ball who rides a big rock in the sky, doesn't he?
Yeah, he throws it and then he jumps. That guy.
Dragon Ball, you hack.
Using big rocks just like the pioneers.
So he's riding this rock like a fucking hoverboard. He rides it into the village, but you know what? He never learned how to park the thing.
So he hands it off to the valet.
Yeah, he does. He hands it off to the valet. He goes, "Here's the keys." Oh, shit. And he crushes the valet in a tree.
It's a living.
And then he just kind of stands there. BJ just stands there with his construction paper swords. And the village guy's like, "Hey, dude, what are you doing here?" And he's like, "I kind of came to ruin the wedding."
Yeah. It turns out they've been late with their offering.
He's in need of a sacrificial boy.
Yeah. The queen needs another boy.
Big theme of this movie is dudes in distress, not damsels. The women are all fine. It's the dudes who need saving.
And he says, "Well, that guy looks like a snack. I'm going to take him." And they're like, that's the groom of our wedding. And he's like, "Yeah, but the croc queen, she needs her men."
And so because the bride's father was like, "Nah, fam," BJ decides he's going to fight the whole wedding John Cleese style.
Yeah, he just goes for it, man.
You know that scene in Holy Grail when he sieges the wedding?
Yeah, and the people won't give up. There's just a giant fight. He chops the dude's head off, which is great.
Two guys. He throws one of his practice scimitars like a boomerang, and it takes off two heads at once.
Did you see the part where he punched a guy in the air, and then the guy he goes about 20 feet in the air, and then the man just kind of floats slowly back to the ground?
He just kind of lingers there for a few seconds.
Yeah.
And then just awkwardly falls back down.
It was almost like, yeah, it's going to be great. He's going to hit him in the air. And then they're like, and then what? Well, I don't know. I think he just comes back down.
They came up with that as they were filming.
There's definitely been a lot of Mario Brothers physics happening here.
Oh, yeah.
We're like riding a magic rock in the sky, and people are floating gently down from the...
It's like Mario 2 style with Luigi, where he can kind of float to the ground.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. While all this is going on, Barry's just watching this from a horse on a hill. Just sort of taking it all in.
Yeah, he's watching a bunch of people run out of the town. He's like, "Oh man, some shit's going down, I guess, huh?"
And now this is where it gets good.
Because we go back to the fight. Okay.
Yeah, and the bride she jumps on the trampoline and springs into the air.
Okay, the bride, who is the bride of the penguin, apparently.
Yeah, as we're about to find out, because while she's in midair... Oh, I like that. And her name is Pita Loca? Is that what we said?
Pita Loca, yes.
Pita Loca, yes.
I just called her Penguin Bride in my notes. So.
Livin' La Pita Loca.
Livin' La Pita Loca.
Yeah, that was the sequel.
So while she's in midair, one of the groomsmen, I presume, throws her a parasol to help glide down like Princess Peach.
Yep.
And she lands and yells, "Bastard, get out of here! You can't have my husband!"
And then she starts spinning the umbrella like the penguin.
Like Burgess Meredith.
Yeah, and BJ's like, "Oh!" And he's getting, blown away by this thing. And then
there's,
all of a
smoke
sudden,
coming out of it.
For no reason, she goes, fuck it, and just throws the umbrella away and will never bring it back for the rest of the fucking movie.
The one thing that worked against BJ.
Yeah.
Okay. She just says, fuck it. And it was working. He was like about to run away, and then she just threw it at him and goes, let's just fight with our hands.
Now, she doesn't want it that easy. Because this bride don't give a fuck, man. She's going to kill him with her bare hands.
So the Penguin Bride and BJ get into a big fight, and then eventually more guys join in. There is that great part when he kicks a guy all the way up into the air with the tree, and then he kicks a pole, and he pins him into the tree.
Yeah.
But then, he like double foot stomps another guy. He jumps in the air and lands on him with both feet on his chest. But then the father of the bride starts cartwheeling into the scene because he wants some of this action, and even goes so far as to block the scimitars with his fingers. They do this move where he tries to he throws him on a table, you see, and we're gonna powerbomb him through it. And what he goes to do is he goes to punch him while he's laying on the table, but BJ moves out of the way, and the father of the bride gets his arm stuck in the table. And very swiftly, BJ drops under the table, cuts off his hand, and then jams the sword up into it.
Yeah, father of the bride is dead.
Yes.
So
Valiant effort.
the thing though is that Penguin Bride doesn't really care so much about her dad being killed. She's just like, fuck it.
They got to save all the good dick that's left. Crocodile's taking all of it.
Very true.
Yeah.
So then Warrior kicks, BJ kicks the Penguin Bride through the air, and luckily Mandala's there to catch her. Barry catches her, right?
Yeah, Barry with the catch.
Yeah, Barry and BJ get in a big fight, right?
Well, there's a great moment, though. They stop and they stare at each other, and they're looking like player 1 and player 2.
Oh, yeah. You've just
selected
selected
they're dressed almost exactly the same, but one's in mostly red and one's in mostly blue. And, like, when you both pick the same character.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, brothers?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is the end of Double Dragon.
So, Terry, you've had to be BJ most of the time, right?
Oh, certainly.
Terry loves a good beach.
Who doesn't? Especially when you're playing a Super Nintendo, am I right? Now, so they stare at each other, and BJ goes, it's been a long time, Mandala. And Barry begins to scold him like Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles. He's like, our master did not teach us these skills so we could use them for evil purposes. And so, basically what BJ lays out for him is, hey, don't start one, won't be none. You and I, we've known each other once. You leave me to do what I'm doing, and I won't kill you.
I just write, it's funny that you wrote all this down because when I was watching this, I bet there's a lot of backstory. And they talk like we know what they're supposed to, we're supposed to know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, we're on part 5.
Yeah. And they talk about Baba Rama and all this stuff, and then...
What?
I'm sorry.
I'm telling you. I swear to God, man. They just start
talk about
fucking
Barbarella?
mentioning... Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck.
I just saw this movie, Barbarella.
Baba Rama.
I'm just sitting there writing notes going, Baba Rama, I don't know.
The Baba Yaga shows up.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden they're like, fight. I'm like, oh, thank God that fucking round started, dude. The loading screen is over. We can fucking get this going, dude.
God, I hate these cutscenes. You're mashing the start button.
Yeah, like, I don't care about Ken's backstory. Get to the street fight. Who fucking cares? And so then finally, BJ and Barry start their fight.
And it's a pretty cool fight. And Barry manages to best him twice. But then suddenly, BJ, he jumps back a second, he sits down on the ground, he starts praying. And I think somebody did the super move. Someone did downright AAB. And and what happens, guys?
The crocodile men come out.
Yeah.
Fucking crocodile
men.
Our dirty crocodile boys.
They pop up out of the dirt.
Yeah, we know this not by the goddamn low-rent crocodile masks that they're wearing that they found in bulk at the Halloween
They're not
store.
masks, they're hats.
Yeah, they're...
They just have the top half of a crocodile's head worn as a big hat.
It's almost like you took a rubber child's crocodile toy and you cut half of it off and then put the rest on a man's head.
Just as a visor.
And we know they're crocodile men because there's a line when Mandala just goes, crocodile men.
Yeah, of course.
Crocodile men.
Yeah.
This is just a common occurrence.
Now, at this point, if I was the husband, I would have just been, guys, I'm going, all right? You don't need to fight. I'm going to that Crocodile Queen party.
We don't need to bring crocodile men into this.
Yeah, no, I'm going willfully, and I will probably already be gone by this point.
Yeah, he gets just taken away, by the way, as he's trying to say that, Shane. They're like, well, fuck you, and then they just take him away.
Yeah, well, because Barry is busy, shooting Spider-Man webs at the crocodile men.
Yeah, and then he somehow gets caught up in a string. Like somebody yo-yoed him or something, and he gets caught in a yo-yo string, and he can't get out. And that's when the croc men take away the groom.
Yes.
The tasty snack for the croc queen.
They get out about 100 yards and then disappear. Like blip out of existence.
You should say that they got about 100 yards, and then the people were like, well, we shouldn't waste all the film, like filming them climb up that mountain. Why don't we just, like, take a cut every 5 seconds? Because it's the jerkiest shit as they just kind of hop up a mountain by editing. It's like, boop, boop, boop. Okay, well, they're up top now.
Like the Bionic Woman had better effects.
Yeah.
And so then Mandala chases after them. It's too late, and his master's voice comes calling from the heavens, and he goes, hey, man, I've been injured. I need your help. And he's like, I kind of got a lot of stuff to worry about, but all right. And so then we cut to the croc queen, and BJ comes in. He goes, hey, I got a new boy toy for you.
New tasty treats.
And when he drops them off, he goes, is there anything else I can do for you? Are there any other, desires I can help you meet?
Yeah.
Huh? Might I please have a crumb of pussy?
She says also, by the way, she's very pleased with the boy he's brought in because she goes, you know my taste well.
Someone get this guy an orange headband.
Who could blame her? Am I right, guys?
Oh, God.
Man, this guy.
Oh, my God. That rat stash.
Sanjaya has poor facial hair,
Shane, he's a young man. It's just growing in, okay?
I know.
He's going for the full beard, but all he can get is the pencil stash, And it hasn't come in fully, but it will eventually,
Yeah, like you can see where he's going with it, and you want to be there when he gets there.
Yeah, I have poor facial hair and poor physique. I'm just saying, I want to sign up for whatever program gets me into this layer, all right?
The Croc Queen program?
Yeah.
You're just her type.
I could fill one of those weird, colorful diapers they had.
Get yourself a girl.
You don't think that in Indonesia there's some sort of Croc Queen tourism pamphlet or something?
I've been looking.
Isn't that what Chris Mann got last night?
Yeah.
Didn't he ask for the Croc Queen experience?
Yeah.
They should have brochures somewhere here in the restaurant, don't they?
The brochures just take us to Warriors Island.
Let's ask Barry.
Yeah. When Barry comes back, we'll ask him. I don't think he's coming back, though.
I think he's on break.
Hey, Barry, can we just grab a plate for the salad bar, or do we have to wait?
Whoa, he gave you a look. Holy shit.
God.
I do need...
Dude.
If I can get another diet.
Do the Indonesians expect tips?
That's how you always get away with it in a foreign
Yeah.
country. You go, I'm a foreigner, I don't know.
I didn't have to do it in China. I almost did, and then my friend was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
You pull out like $5. He goes, put that shit back.
Yeah,
How dare you?
Yeah.
What a noob.
Right.
That's what you always say as a foreigner. You go, no, it's an insult in my country to tip.
Yeah. I have too much respect for you.
Okay, so this is amazing, though, is after she says, I like the snack you've brought me. I'm very pleased. He asks, is there anything else I can do for you? And she says, well, I want to play with my new snack first. But then she kind of
hypnotizes him.
Yeah, she stares at the boy, right, the groom, and then she stares at him with the fires of hell, and then invites the boy up to her throne. They make out, and then some guy just randomly fucking tries to stop it.
Yeah.
One of the boys gets jealous, and as he runs up to try and break up this party, he gets Magic Man judo chops his ass to this cage that's nearby.
The cage of the cock blockers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cage of cock blockers who pull him in and eat him.
Exactly, that's what it is.
The cage of the croc blockers. Absolutely fucking amazing.
The croc
Brilliant.
blockers.
That is incredible. Remember in the Big Bird cage where they had that weird Pizza Hut cage that they kept the ladies in?
Yeah.
They got one here, yeah, but it's on the floor. And if you accidentally land on top of the bamboo cage, they rip you apart.
Yeah, it's called a stage fatality.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
In this fighting game, you get knocked onto it, and then you go and get pulled down, and that's the end of the round.
And so then Mandala, we cut back to him. He arrives back to his master's house, and he's not in good shape. The master's crawling around his hut.
Well, so he's crawling on the ground. His legs are all banded up, and from what I can tell, his ass is bleeding.
What? Dude, it was
I
a
didn't
rough
catch
day,
that.
man.
Ooh,
it was a rough day.
I was not looking out for that. I did not notice.
Well, it's just where they decided to drip the blood stains. They did it around his legs, and then as he's belly crawling, like a shot goes over the back of him, and they put some there. Like, I don't know if he accidentally rolled over on it.
No, the director was very adamant. Get a little on the ass. Get a little. It was a rough day for him. Well, you said we do get a flashback of how he got his ass kicked, and I believe it. I believe something gets shoved up there. But so I did like this though. He's crawling around with the bloody ass and bloody legs. He picks up like a big jug of water and he just chucks it across the room.
Yeah,
what the fuck is that about? He just
He's gonna keep that upper body strength.
As other Mandala comes in, he's like, "So, dude, you all right?" And he's like, "No, man,
my ass is
obviously."
Is a bad day." And he's like, well, I guess I'll save you. And he's like, yeah, whatever. And so he says, yeah, it was crazy, man. You should have seen it. I was attacked by all these dudes and stuff, and now I got my legs all covered. I got a bloody ass, and Mandala kind of looks at his legs, and they're all bruised and bloody, and they've turned brown, like dark brown.
Yeah, they're getting gangrenous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's looking, he's like, yeah, this is... As I view it at this point, I didn't know Mandala was going to save him, because he just kind of throws a sheet on him. He's like, yeah, I'll catch you later, dude.
Yeah, his reaction, he doesn't seem too upset by what's happened to him.
It seems like this is a common occurrence with the Master.
Dude, every day.
Again?
Every day. The bloody ass again.
Every goddamn day.
Was it wing night? It was wing night.
Were you at the Sizzler again?
Look, man, that's going to be all of us tonight as we go back to our hotel rooms, crawl on the floor with the bloody ass that we got from the Sizzler.
We better stop laughing. We are going to get our comeuppance.
Barry's getting his revenge tonight, guys.
Gonna need a clean loincloth.
Better tear those towels. Mandala just kind of throws a sheet on me. He's like, yeah, dude, see you later. So we cut to the Croc Queen and the groom.
Well, before we get to the Croc Queen and the groom, can we take a second to appreciate his horse mount?
Oh yeah!
Oh my God!
Yes, we get another taint shot.
He hits the trampoline, and he gets some air, and he lands balls first, harder than I've ever seen someone land on something. And as a person who recently had surgery on his balls, I cringed.
Ooh, what?
It's the
You're
classic,
hypersensitive, hyper aware.
It's the classic beneath the crotch quadruple take.
It's pretty great.
Well, but did you get a touch up down there?
Yeah,
Get some work done.
Yeah, I just wanted to update things.
Yeah,
it's just I got the new model.
It's been there 30 plus years. He kind of wants a little something different.
I added a third.
So we cut from that to the Croc Queen and the groom. They're having a little makeout session. And is that right? They're making out in a bowl, like if you've ever been to El Torito and you get the guacamole made at the table.
Mm-hmm. You get to make out in it?
Yeah, that's kind of what the bowl looks like.
It's like a sex fire carousel.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like rotating around a fire. It's just
pretty awesome.
It's just a whole show.
It's a guacamole bowl with fire around it. It's a really fancy El Torito. And everybody's kind of watching the show. We just cut from that to nothing. Like, that's it. That's just the whole scene of them making out in a guacamole bowl. And then we cut back to Mandala.
Just in case you forgot that's what they were doing.
And Mandala's just running through the jungle for a while. He's looking for something, and then he finds these glowing mushrooms in a tree.
Yeah, exploding glow mushrooms.
Speaking of fucking Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, telling you.
Because he picks one, and it explodes. The tree fucking explodes as he picks this mushroom. And then he goes back to the master's place, and he's making medicine for him, and he's like force-feeding the master some of his mushroom medicine.
Here's some mushroom and nitroglycerin.
Yeah, I was hoping that I wonder if he's going to explode like the mushroom tree.
Yeah, is he just trying to cremate him early?
Yeah.
And like while he's making the medicine, it keeps like making all these really quick cuts to like every angle of the master, just like him laying in the bed.
Well, he needed some footage for his reel, man.
Yeah, they needed as much coverage as possible.
And so then Mandala tells him the bad news. He's like, "Hey, so you're gonna be okay and all, but the legs gotta go." Mm-hmm. And the master looks at him and he goes, "So do it." And then Mandala cuts those suckers off with a nice hot blade.
And the way he does it is like he's cutting a sandwich.
Yeah.
I was like a big party sub.
This turned into the craziest medical drama I've ever seen.
That happens all the time in hospitals. Like, who wants a piece of the party sub? And like, oh shit, I cut a guy's leg off. Oh goddamn. So yeah, he cuts it like a big party sub. And immediately, I do like this, is immediately as he cuts into the legs, it seems like the master regretted his decision to say so to it. Because he's like, oh, shit, man. And so then he's like, all right, I'm good. So we cut to later, and the master, he's just got his feet bent under himself, so it's like
it's like the laziest possible effect.
Yeah. And so the master tells Mandala, he goes, yeah, there's this group of dicks going around, and they're trying to kill all the real heroes of the world, and they're looking for this devil's sword, but they're looking for the new devil's sword because it has a light. It sparkles. It has a light with it. And Mandala's like, okay, well, what's this got to do with me? And he goes, well, hold on, let me get you this thing. Okay, reach into my wall there, okay? Now take that paper out, okay, unfold it, and then you kind of see Mandala's face as he unrolls the scroll, and he's like, this just looks like a bunch of dick pics. Like somebody's trying to...
It would be great if he looks back over and the master just goes, I got you good, you fucker.
It looks like...
and then dies.
A kid was trying to draw cartoon dicks on a parchment. And Mandala kind of looks at it, he's like, yeah, what's this about? And he's like, I don't know, man, but it is important.
Yes.
I was not sure what it was supposed to be. I don't know if it was supposed to be some sort of like ancient scribe or if it was a map.
I think it's the map of the cave, but it does just look like you're trying to make you're drawing on parchment your dick to send to a fellow village woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, instead of tracing his hand, he's traced his dick.
Yeah,
and he had to do it a few times because there's even one where it's like crossed out. Like, no, that was too small. God damn it.
And before he has him pull the scroll, he explains to him what happened. So we get a flashback scene.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because I was also like, man, I really wish I could have seen when these dicks came and attacked him to get this dick pic. And then we get to fucking see it, which is great.
It's pretty great, because these characters that come looking for him, man, they come looking for the devil's sword. He won't give up the location of where it's being held. And so the crew looks like, we got BJ there, of course.
Yeah.
And then we have, it looks like BJ's stunt double. We have this guy with he looks like old Greg from the Mighty Boosh. We have Tracy Ullman with a leafy stick.
Oh, God, yeah, I just put, it looked like a mop. Yeah, a leafy stick.
And then Gallagher carrying a lampshade on a rope.
Yeah, this guy has the Costanza cut with long hair.
He looks like Gallagher took off the newsboy cap.
Yeah. So you have Indonesian Gallagher, who's a real treasure over there. Okay,
and he's got like a flying guillotine, so he's got like Raiden's hat from Mortal Kombat, but I've attached it to a rope.
Instead of the sledgehammer, he carries around Raiden's hat. That's his big.
That's his
difference.
sledge-o-matic.
Yeah.
And the master sizes them all up, and he says to them, I regret my decision to teach you all of my powers. You are destined for hell. And they start fighting, man.
The master's just like, you suck, dude.
And then BJ stunt double, old Greg, he pulls out a snake, like a living one, and then pulls it tight, and that turns into a staff.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good representation of what happens to me anytime it's a Croc Queen scene.
Rhino hard.
Oh, this goes beyond Rhino.
God damn it, Shane. Hands where I can see him.
Every time.
I might have to take the mic to the other room.
Shane insisted on watching this movie himself. He's like, no, we're going to watch it in separate rooms, Terry. You start your own version.
I'm going to turn off the lights, light some candles.
Like you're having a seance, but for your dick.
Yes.
Now, Terry, when you walked into Shane's room today, was it decorated like the Croc Queen's lair?
Oh my god, of course. Suddenly his bed was underneath like a big crocodile head, and I was just like, what in the hell is this?
Look, I need my privacy, okay? It's been a long trip. We've been lugging all that tea. I need to unwind, all right?
I gotta say, I appreciate that you managed to find the inflatable crocodile mile that you were able to use, so you could slide into bed.
Oh yeah.
But so the master, he hits the trampoline like everybody else in this movie. He does the super jump, but before he can turn it into a move, dude hits him in the nuts with the snake staff.
Yeah, he takes a stick to the dick.
Yeah,
it's just right there.
Oh god,
there's a lot of dicks, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we flash to now, and it's just him saying to Barry, so that's how it went down, man.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, but what about the blood on the ass?
He's like,
That's a story for another time.
Yeah, I just rolled in it.
It dripped down.
Yeah.
like, oh, I did that to myself trying to crawl to my cot. Like, what?
So the master's like, yeah, man, I got my ass kicked. Maybe you'll have better luck though, Mandala. And then he's like, but make sure you don't like fuck up that document. It's a big deal, dude. It's a big deal. And he's like, okay, well, that sounds good. And he's like, all right, well, are you gonna go out and like kind of save something? And he's like, yeah, I think I got 2 movies going on. I gotta find this sword you're talking about, and also I think I gotta save that guy that got kidnapped by the Croc Queen.
Maybe.
And I think I gotta draw dicks on something.
Yeah, I don't know what this dick pic's supposed to teach me, but we'll figure it out later. And so he's like, all right, see you later, master. And then he kind of rides off, right? And then Penguin Bride's there, and she goes, wait, hold on a second. And he's like, yeah, what's going on? And by the way, she gets him to stop his horse by putting her dukes up. So she's going to fight a man on a horse.
She doesn't give a fuck. She's gonna fight him and the horse.
She didn't bring her umbrella. That would have been something.
She should have punched the horse.
That's what I was
Yeah,
hoping
honestly.
for.
Just
fucking
dropped it right there.
bare knuckle that sucker right in the mouth, dude.
That's the Vita Loca we were looking
Knocked
for.
that fucker to the ground.
So Mandela's like, hey, chill out. What's wrong? And she's like, can I come with you to go get my husband from the Croc Queen? He's like, no.
He's like, you could be killed. And she goes, well, I'm not afraid to die. But he's not having it.
No. So he rides off.
And the horse reconsiders. Yeah, the horse kind of goes, nah, let's turn around and go get her.
Oh, I thought that she just caught up to him.
I thought she like did that weird jump too. And
Yeah,
it's, like,
she
kinda-
does that.
He
Yeah.
starts to leave, and then he turns back around, comes back to her, and then she hits the trampoline. And she lands taint first real hard on the horse.
Yeah, and she's like, didn't you read the script? We're supposed to be a duo. And he's like, okay, get on the horse. I guess we'll go. And I was like, well, where's her wind umbrella? That could have been a good weapon to use. But I guess she's just going to fight with her hands now. So, fuck it.
You definitely wouldn't have landed so hard on this horse.
Yeah, they only had the fan for the movie for 1 day, so they had to get rid of the umbrellas. You know, it was due back at the rental place by 2, so they got the one scene, and then they're like, "Well, that was fun though," and then they can't have it anymore. So we're back at the old Croc Queen HQ, right? And I was wondering myself, I wonder if those fire pits have to be lit by somebody every day, or if they're kind of like an eternal flame.
Probably Magic Man.
Yeah, I was just wondering, because I would have kind of liked to see how they decorated this place and the upkeep. Like, if like at first you get invited to the Croc Queen lair, you get to be a part of the orgy. It's all fun, but then you need to start doing chores.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of sex fluids that got to get mopped up.
Yeah, like the
be
first
honest.
week is fun,
yeah.
you know, and then by week 2 they're putting you to work.
Yeah.
You're like, man.
No, I mean, the floors are at a slight angle. So, you know, it all just runs off into the crock water.
That's
Yeah.
how you want it, right? So you can just get a hose in there and just kind of clean it out.
Someone needs to clean the cock blocker cage.
That's where it all goes down to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's why they're so mad.
the worst part.
So then he comes back and he's like, "Hey, I'm ready for my new orders, Croc Queen."
But the way he says it, of course, he's still acting like a fuckboy, because he's like, I humbly salute you. I am your slave to command, huh? What do you think, huh? Down here?
And she's like, all right. Why don't we look into this bowl of rocks that I got? See what we can see in here. And she's got like a bowl of pebbles. Like bowl
Yeah,
of
but
like
it works
glowing
kind of
fruity pebbles.
like Mumra and the Thundercats.
When I was talking to my friend, I asked her, "Are you messaging me through a bowl of pebbles now, or do you have like a phone?"
Yeah, it's
and-
Indonesian iPhone.
And she felt like insulted. And I was like, I didn't understand why.
Like I saw it in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, what's your problem?
That's how they FaceTime through a bowl of
Right?
rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's got one in their
That's how
house,
they do it in
man.
Indonesia.
Yeah.
By the way, the Croc Queen is wearing this like sparkling pink bikini, and it is doing things to me.
You're
All right, settle the fuck down.
This is what I'm on.
God damn it.
You're gonna make your own fan cut of this movie where you edit yourself into the Croc Queen.
Yes.
So what is it with like movies from where was Lady Terminator made, Bobby?
Indonesia.
What the hell is it within Indonesia? These movies where it's always like there's a mysterious woman who's a goddess who has men just line up to try her out. Is this like some sort of Indonesian thing or something? Because now we've We've watched 2 Indonesian movies, and they both have the same thing in it.
Do you think the Crocodile Queen and the South Sea Queen are somehow related?
It has to be, right?
Yeah, they're definitely sisters.
How many goddamn river queens do they have in Indonesia? Like, is this a thing, or I'm seriously wondering if anybody knows. So if you do know, tweet at us, #crocblock.
Yeah.
And let us know, is there a real thing about river queens or something like that in Indonesia? Because it seems to be a running theme in the movies. I want to know. Also, if you could hashtag us Bowl of Rocks, if that's how you communicate over there. We'd like to know that as well.
Let us know if that's how you reached out to us.
We can't accept rock calls on our end, but we'll try our best. So they look through that bowl of glowing rocks, and they see Mandala and the Penguin Bride riding around a horse. And I said, it almost looks like kind of a magic picture type of deal, because BJ's looking in that, and he doesn't really seem to see what the queen see in the Croc Queen. He's like, yeah, whatever. She's, can you go get these people and stop them from taking my new snack? And he's like, yeah, sounds good. And so BJ agrees to go on the trip, and there's a lot of staring and zooms. Like, for no reason at all, we just cut to a lot of stares and just really fast zooms.
Get yourself a girl who looks at you the way the Croc Queen looks at all of her men.
Oh, man.
That's
when
fair.
she wants it, she fucking wants it.
Ooh.
Man, that Croc Queen has such relationship goals.
Oh, yeah.
And she goes, BJ, you've done me right. Let's go get it on.
Yes.
And they go to the
Yeah.
croc mouth bed.
Yeah.
You see that, fellas? Being weird and insistent pays off.
Now, did you guys notice that BJ, the actor who plays BJ, will not kiss this lady on the lips?
He's weirdly not feeling it.
If you watch this sex scene, which is not a sex scene, it's a kiss scene, he never, like, she'll put her lips on his, and he has just got them so, like, pursed up. They're not moving, man.
He's just thinking about Barry.
Yeah, he's not interested. He keeps those lips tight. And then we just cut to them swimming around for a while. And I go, I'm not sure what that was about, but they had to get the water shot in.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think they had to, I think realizing that the scene wasn't going to go anywhere, they had to do something symbolic instead.
Yeah, they're like, well, if you're not going to kiss it,
So what
you're
if you
going
two
to have
just
to go
went
swimming
swimming?
around. So then Mandala and Penguin are
Hold
just
on,
kind of
hold
wandering
on, hold
around.
on. Did you not notice that, like, when there was the swimming sex scene, that, like, there's a brief second before it cuts away where Babarama Banyu Jaga is, like, you know, holding on to her, and then all of a sudden it cuts really quickly, and he's having sex with the crocodile.
What?
Seriously, go back and look.
Swear to
Right
God.
before
Wait.
it cuts, there's a brief shot where he's having sex with the crocodile.
So what you're telling me is he didn't want to kiss the croc queen because he wanted to kiss that croc.
Yes,
Oh.
it's real easy to miss, but you got to go back and look.
Oh, he was
it's
just
really
trying
quick.
to woo her to get closer to the crocodile.
Yes.
You were telling me that I watched a movie where a man fucked a crocodile.
Yes.
Underwater.
Holy shit.
All right, can one of you guys get a screen grab of that moment?
Oh, I
yeah,
have
well,
a lot
that's-
of screen grabs already.
I bet you do.
Well, that's a GIF on social media for sure. You'll be seeing that this week on the Grindbin Twitter, everybody. Watch for the man fucking a crocodile.
In classic Grindbin fashion.
It might say this information, you got to have like the age restricted post on that one, but it'll be there, guys. So now we cut to Mandala and Penguin. They're just wandering around, and they arrive at a lake, and they see this guy rowing a raft with dry ice underneath it. I'm like, so they've arrived at the River Styx, apparently, but this guy,
Lake Styx.
Basically.
yeah, he has.
And they explain that the Mountain of Swords is across this pond.
Yes,
here,
the Mountain
this
of
lake.
Swords.
But it turns out, the master hid the devil's sword in the Mountain of Swords.
Yeah.
No one would ever check there.
Look, this is exactly why the master gets his ass kicked weekly, dude.
Yeah.
He's not good.
I'm glad your ass
He's
is
just-
bleeding.
He brings it on himself.
And so this guy who's rowing the boat, he's dressed like Raiden from Mortal Kombat, right? Like the Player 2 version of Raiden. And he invites them onto his raft, and then he turns around and holy shit, he's skeleton face.
Oh,
shit.
God.
Oh my god, Mike. Might I take you back to our first ever Freddy's Nightmares episode?
Oh, no.
He did the skeleton detective.
He's getting work, man.
He did our favorite. It's Mini Ben All Star skeleton detective.
It's so weird because he just turns around and looks at them. They're like, he a skeleton? And that's it. That's the only reaction. They're
Because
like,
nobody
"Damn."
really reacts to it. They're just like, huh.
No. And then all of a sudden, the Croc boys, come out.
Well, they try their best to swim up, but these stupid outfits make it. Like, I think at least 2 of these guys drowned in this scene.
They are trying so hard to paddle towards this raft, and finally they just gotta hop on. And there's this big fight that ensues. And by the way, did you guys notice that like every time they cut back to the raft in a long shot, it seems like it gets 10 feet longer?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
It's a bridge.
It was an unusually long raft.
At first it was 5 feet, now it's 20. It's just like, dude.
These guys are like discount versions of the Kremlings from Donkey Kong Country.
Yes. It's like if you could only get half the costume.
Yeah. Because their arms and legs are completely uncovered.
Yeah, because they're like, we're only buying the children's version. We're not buying the adult ones. All we need is the first half. You don't need the bottom. It's fine. The children's are much cheaper. And so that's what they ran with. So these guys are just wearing half a Donkey Kong Country costume on their heads.
And every time they when they show them jumping onto the raft to fight Barry, what they did was they had the actor jump off of the raft into the water backwards and just ran it in reverse.
Yeah, the reverse.
Beautiful.
At one point, Skeleton Face hits one of the Croc dudes off the boat, and I'm like, I didn't know he had any skin in this game. Like, that was
he
weird.
just did it.
Like,
He just did it because they were irritating.
yeah, he's like, get the fuck out of here, man. And then I just kept
Get off my
wondering in
raft.
my notes. I was like, I wonder what this guy's story is. Like,
Oh,
I want to
yeah.
know about Skeleton Face, because this is interesting.
Where's the
dude.
spin-off?
Like, yeah, where are we going with this?
I really loved the Crocodile Men's floppy saw blades they were using as
Oh,
weapons.
God, yeah.
Oh.
These like foam contraptions.
Man. Again, those are in the discount bin.
Yeah, Barry gets one away from him and decapitates a guy, which is great because we get a good blood squirt up out of the.
Yeah, that was what confused me was that in the previous scene with the Croc Men at the beginning of the movie, those quite literally just looked like guys in costumes, but these guys are supposed to be actual crocodiles because like these costumes don't look any more convincing. So it's just kind of weird. Okay, like
It's
okay,
just
yeah, these
the
are
next.
real.
It's just the next level of difficulty for the goons. like this is a video game.
Yeah.
It's when like the foot soldiers or the sentinels come and they're a different color. You know, these ones are a little bit tougher.
And so then we cut from that to the low-rent bad guys. So we got Bald Cap
so
and
Tracy Ullman and Gallagher.
Yeah, Tracy Ullman and Indonesian Gallagher.
They run into each other at the base of the mountain.
Yeah, and they go, we're pleased that 2 warriors that we wanted to kill are coming to the same place at the same time. And they just get attacked by 2 random other dudes who just come onto the screen.
2
They're like,
extras show up, and that's where we get to see Gallagher bust out his sledge-o-matic.
oh, fuck, dude. Raiden Hat Yo-Yo
They
is what
wanted
I
an
wrote.
autograph.
He has got this thing.
It's
it
the
is
flying
like,
guillotine.
It is, but he's got it yo-yo style. So he's got like a yo-yo string on it that he can like throw it out and make it come back. It's amazing.
He ring tosses the hat onto a person and then yanks it back and yells "Get over here!" and pulls the guy's head off.
Yeah. And then so Tracy Ullman then tosses a guy with her mop thing.
But she spins him in the air like a pizza.
Yeah, and then he falls through the ground, not
Yes.
onto the ground. He just goes through the dirt, and you're
And
like, "Whoa!"
did we
Like
notice-
when Taz and Bam Bam Bigelow went through the ring at ECW.
Did we notice that to make Tracy Ullman look old, she just has like black shit smeared on her face and like plastic vomits glued to her cheek?
Oh, I know, it's so low res.
This
It's great.
whole movie, the production crew went into a Jakarta Halloween store, a costume store,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Okay, what do you have on sale?" And they go, "All right, everything crocodile." Perfect. We'll make the whole movie. We'll do a Croc Queen. We'll do the Croc Men. We'll do
wrong with it?
everything.
That does feel that way. Of just
Yeah.
they went to like the Croc Emporium.
It was Croc
A
Week.
young Steve Irwin was holding a swap meet.
And they did get the fake vomit thrown in as a bonus, and they put it on Tracy Ullman's face to make her look like
It was
an
a
old
nice
hag.
touch.
Yeah.
But so they kill these 2 goons, and then suddenly you look down at the ground, and it's a fucking tremor.
Yeah.
And why not at this point?
And then the Red Snake King, so the guy with the rhino hard stick, comes
Yep.
out.
Yeah, snake guy.
Hey, I'm here again, and he turns his snake into a hard stick again. And apparently him
Not
and
in
all
like
the...
a Shane way.
No, no.
Yeah, not quite as hard.
And so him with the bad guys, they don't get along. Because all of a sudden they go, you know what? let's just fight each other, right?
Yeah,
like,
they're
fuck
suddenly
them. You know
enemies.
how, yeah, they're supposed to be waiting for the two warriors to show up, but they're like, you know what though? Let's just fight each other because I don't really like you guys.
And there's some real big snake energy because Snake Guy taps the ground and makes 2 graves.
And then when BJ comes onto the scene, he's like, well, why didn't you make 3 graves? Because I'm here now. And they're like, oh
shit, it's a fatal 4-way.
Fucking got him.
Yeah, he just appears out of nowhere.
It's interesting. We start hacky sacking the flying guillotine.
And so this is what you rarely see in a movie is where all of a sudden the bad guys go, we're bored, let's just kill each other. And they just kind of do the work of Mandala and Penguin before they ever get to the scene.
I think the idea is that each of them wants to take the Devil's Sword for themselves. And they're all they're all rapscallions, so no one can trust anyone. So there's going to be a lot of infighting. And so during this, at one point, BJ makes fun of Gallagher for being bald, and he responds by saying, "You dirty daughter of a whore."
And so they get in a big brawl, right? And the first one to go is Indonesian Gallagher, unfortunately.
They all start hitting him on his bald spot until he starts bleeding, and he falls down into a hole.
He went down surprisingly easy.
Yeah, but you guys, he took a long time. He needed footage for that reel because he gets stabbed in the gut and he goes, for like 2 minutes as he just kind of stumbles around. They're like, all right, get in the hole.
Was the Gallagher guy the one who called her the polluted bitch hound?
No, that's coming up in the.
No, that's the real Gallagher.
He shows up angry that they took his gimmick. No, after this comes up in a second actually, because after Gallagher goes down and we're having the triple threat fight, we do a chicken fight.
Oh yeah, we get Indonesian Voltron.
Yeah, it's morphin time.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It makes so less sense. They go, hey, we're gonna team up against you, BJ. As Tracy Ullman hops onto the shoulders.
So Tracy Ullman jumps up on Snake Guy's shoulders, and of course, since he's busy holding Tracy Ullman up, he gets slashed in the gut.
Yeah. And then she just kind of falls off. She's like, well, fuck you anyways, right?
And that's when BJ says that line.
Okay.
You polluted bitch hound.
Okay. Yeah, because that was my favorite line.
And so I'm
good.
just like, man, there are so many fucking heel turns at this point. I don't know who's on whose side. Like, everybody's just heel turning on each other. But that the bottom line is the last people left are BJ and Tracy Ullman. And they both want that Devil's Sword.
But they cut a truce.
Because, they cut a truce. But, fuck that shit. Another
They said
heel
they're
turn.
going to share it.
BJ.
As she's walking away, he cuts her in half at the waist.
Yeah, he cuts her in half. And her torso goes flying onto a rock. And she's still talking to him, and she's like, that ain't gonna kill me. And she hops her own torso back onto her legs and reattaches herself.
And as she does that, she says, there's only room for one tiger in this jungle.
And they get in another fight, and eventually that one ends by BJ scissoring her head off.
Well, not with his legs, to be clear. He does it with his swords.
Yeah, he does it like a scissor motion.
Not like that.
And and he just kind of runs at her and chops her head off, and he kicks it into the side of a mountain and then kicks a rock into it too, so it's stuck in the mountain.
And she's kind of muffled from behind it going, I've had worse.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, I'm too powerful.
We'll call it a draw.
Her body just leaps where her head is, and then everything explodes. And I go, what the fuck is going on?
You're like, did the edible kick in?
It looked like her body just got sucked in there.
Yeah.
I had no...
It just gets sucked in and everything explodes, and they're like, I don't know. We didn't know how to end the scene, so just have it explode. Because seriously, like, we don't know, man. And so then Mandala and Penguin just show up at the cave, and Mandala's like, hey, I'm going to go in, but Penguin, if I'm not back by sundown, just go back to the village. She's like, well, wait, hold on. How do I get that raft again? Like, and he's like, nah, it'll be fine. And so Mandala crawls around a red cave for a while, and a bunch of bats fly out at one part. Then we cut back to Penguin, and she looks really bored, and she doesn't notice that BJ's just hanging on a rock above her. And he's just watching this whole thing goes down. But we cut inside, and Mandala's just, as I say, it looks like he's in the Indiana Jones ride. Like, because he's just kind of walking through Indiana Jones traps. He shouldn't look at the idol, but he did. And then Bobby, this might be the best monster in this movie. Take it away.
This is amazing. Yeah, Barry suddenly encounters a fucking Cyclops.
Yep.
a Cyclops rock monster.
It's
It
beautiful.
is.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
gorgeous.
This looks like the Cyclops that fought El Santo.
How do you beat a Cyclops?
You stab it right in the fucking eye.
Yeah, stab in the fucking eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that easy.
That's it. The Cyclops poses no threat as
Yeah.
Mandala just goes, nah, and then he just stabs it in the eye and walks away. And
And
here's
the
the
eye
thing.
looks like it's made out of paper. So it's very weak. It's very he did not pose much of a challenge.
No, and Mandala is so not scared of this guy that he stabs him in the eye and then just walks away. Doesn't even run off. He just walks off scene and he's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's just how badass he is.
Seriously, what a man. He's like, he doesn't have time for this shit. He's here trying to win Legends of the Hidden Temple. He
Yeah.
can't be dealing with this.
I was expecting a temple guard to come, like, whisk him away.
Now, do you remember in Legends of the Hidden Temple when Kirk Fogg handed those kids a scroll and they
Oh
unrolled
my
it and they're like,
God.
"What? Why is this just a picture of your dick?"
A scroll with dicks on it.
Mr.
Oh
Fogg.
shit! Wrong one. God. Oh. I was just practicing. I was practicing. And so yeah, Mandala's just kind of looking around. He's looking at the dick painting and he's kind of like twisting in his hands. Like, do I got it the right side up? I don't know what to. Oh, look, that's great. There's a crocodile sarcophagus. I found the right room. It's right here. And so he goes up and he kind of opens it up. And guys, that new model of the sword, it really does glow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sparkles. At least this scene. Maybe never again, but at least in this scene.
We're not going to use it much either.
No.
To be honest.
Now, when he pulled it out, it looked like some sort of fucking video game sword because the size of this thing is bigger than Mandala.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like something that Nick Cage carried around in Mandy.
I was gonna say it looks like the one that guy had in Final Fantasy VII. You know,
Yeah,
that giant ass sword.
Yeah, it's Cloud's Buster Sword.
Yeah. But no. He takes it out of the crazy ass sheath, and there's a little teeny sword in there, which is kind of underwhelming. When you got the giant, it's like you wrap that thing in a Magnum condom, but it comes out, it's just, it's just a regular one.
It
So he's
knows
got
my
this-
tricks.
That's why it's got a glow. They're compensating for something, guys. That's why they added the glow to it, because they're like, I don't know. So outside the cave now, BJ has taken Penguin hostage, and Mandala comes out, and BJ's like, hey, man, if you don't give me that sword, I'm going to slit her throat. And she's like, go ahead and take the sword. I'll die. And he's like, I don't really know what to do. So he just kind of throws the sword in the sand between them, which is a smart move.
And then Penguin and BJ start fighting.
Yeah, because BJ dives for it, but then there's a big fight scene that breaks out initially between BJ and Mandala, but then it...
Because Barry's just kind of watching most of this.
It's not
Yeah.
a triple threat.
Yeah.
It's a 2-on-1 handicap, but you gotta tag in.
Too many rules.
All the time, at least one person is waiting by the ropes for the tag. Like, they got their hand out for the hot tag, and they're waiting for it. It's Penguin's turn now. She's fighting around. She finally tags in...
And I gotta say, she does get a hell of a move in, because at one point she stabs BJ in his nipples with, corn on the cob holders.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where she got those, but she's like, haha, you're corn now.
I liked how you said that. Like, somebody would take a
That is
cord on the
brutal.
cob holder and stab somebody in the nips.
Stab you right in the nip with it. Oh, it's brutal.
She got cobbed, dude. She cobbed him.
You do that when someone's trying to steal your corn.
It's true. Every Thanksgiving, I find myself having to do this.
Fucking, if Barry comes back to this table, he might get you right in the nip, dude.
Yeah.
You guys didn't order the corn yet, did you?
Ugh. Things get rough around
I
harvest
really don't
season.
think he's coming back. It's been a while now.
Yeah.
Oh, there he's coming back. Oh, God. Why does he have all those corn cobs in his hand? Why's he got those corn cob holders in his hand?
I don't see any corn.
Now Penguin, she does that nipple stab, which I do love. She cobs him. And then Mandala tags himself in, and him and BJ fight for a while until eventually they both go, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to start shooting lasers from our hands.
Fucking A. Whatever.
Fucking Barry
Out of
Palpatine.
nowhere. They just, I lost it here. I really did.
It's like every time they get in a fight scene in this movie, they go so far, they're like, but then what happens? What happens? We've gone so far. People are flying through the air. People's heads are getting lopped off. What do we do next? He's like, they shoot fucking lasers from their hands.
It's like, yeah.
At this
And they
point,
never
it's
do it
important to
again.
remember that 5 minutes ago, there was a literal Cyclops.
It's a Kamehameha sprinkle.
Okay, so why do you need a fucking sword if you can shoot lasers from your hands? Okay, guys, like, what the fuck? But they shoot lasers from their hands only once in this whole movie. Will they ever do this? And then they just meet the lasers in the middle and they explode, and we'll never do that again. But we did it once, and it was
Well, that's
fucking
why you
awesome.
don't do that again.
Yeah. And so then
It worked. There's no need to repeat it.
Yeah, but it causes a good distraction because Mandala rolls over, grabs the devil's sword, and makes quick work of BJ. He just kind of slices him right up.
Just one quick slash,
And,
like Voltron.
Yeah,
Was it
and BJ...
even a slash though?
No, not really.
Not really.
He's kind of poked him, you know.
But
He just kinda taps
it's
him with
enough
it.
anyway to make BJ swear revenge and then dive into a hole in the ground and explode.
Yeah, and we did that. I'm like,
explodes.
whatever, dude. Yeah, there ain't no fucking revenge at this point. You got owned, man. Just take the loss and move on.
Take the L,
Yeah.
BJ.
So we're back at the Croc Queen HQ. She is not happy. All right, things have not gone well because BJ's here, and she's like, "Well, you done fucked up, and you shouldn't have
And
even
he's like,
come
come
back."
on, give me one more chance.
And she's like, "No, you shouldn't have come back. I told you to bring back the sword. Why the hell are you here? I have run out of patience." And this is, I hope I can play the audio because she goes, "And now you will feel my anger."
She's cute when she's angry.
Oh,
Of course. Hey,
oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ, calm your storm.
All right.
The thing I love about about BJ surviving is that we build up the Devil's Sword as being this just insanely powerful weapon, and then Barry finally uses it, and it doesn't even slice him. It just kind of hits him, and it explodes, and it looks like he dies, but no, it doesn't even kill him. He's still alive enough to return to the Queen.
Yeah. It was enough to make him go, all right.
Yeah. And so, guys, her anger, oh my fucking God.
Fellas,
Yes.
you want to describe what her anger comes in the form of?
Oh yeah. So when this, I'm taking it.
Shane, did you just finish?
I'm not finished yet.
He's just getting started.
So in the form of her anger, a giant golden crocodile statue breathes fire and shoots exploding lasers towards BJ.
And that also doesn't even kill him.
Yeah.
No, he's able to
No,
dodge
it doesn't
them.
do anything.
He's able to dodge them, and he gets
reacts.
out okay.
He's pissed.
He reacts like any of us would. He
He's
says,
re-
"Your Majesty, how come?"
His reaction is brilliant. He's like, "How come, you bitch?"
And so they get in a big fight. So BJ and Croc Queen get in a big fight, and her weapon of choice is a long bed sheet.
Yeah.
It's what her dress was in the first scene.
Yeah, it's like a 50-foot long bed sheet.
She's whipping him with a wet towel.
So yeah, she fights him with a bed sheet, and you know how she fucking wins? She wraps that shit around his head and fucking tosses him into that guacamole fire pit.
Yeah.
Right
Good
into the
night.
sex bath.
Yep.
And what did we learn here, guys? The guacamole fireball more powerful than the devil's sword.
Yes.
Yeah, the Devil's Sword doesn't kill him. The statue shooting lasers at him doesn't kill him. But once she lassos him in and throws him into the fire, that's when he's finished.
The Devil's Sword is like one of those shitty things in a movie where they go, "It wasn't that special tool. It was just you all along. You're the one with all the power."
You're the Devil's Sword.
Yeah, this fucking sucks, man.
Maybe the Devil's Sword was the friends we made along the way.
I've got a double sword for you.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Damn it, Shane.
Barry, can we get some more napkins?
I'm gonna
Shane,
need some
don't
cold
stand
water.
up. Don't stand up.
Can you get me a torn towel over here?
Torn towel.
We're gonna need those salad bowls now.
Oh God, I'm just like, I think next time I stay at a hotel, I'm gonna tear a towel. I
Yeah.
think it's just, it needs to be done.
In honor of this movie.
Yes.
You're gonna add a little Indonesian flair.
That's gonna be your signature. So whenever you come in, the people working,
Mike Wood's been here.
it's like, oh, that's just Mike again.
You pulled a sizzler.
Torn towels everywhere, man. It's my wet bandits mark. You're right. So I do at every goddamn hotel. And so then we cut from that to Mandala and the penguin. And they're riding around on a horse, and they're like, "Hey, is that lake covered in smoke?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's pretty cool." And he goes, "Hey, can you swim?" She doesn't answer. So I go, "I assume that's a no." But he's like,
too bad.
Yeah, he goes, "You'll be fine, just follow me." And so then, fuck that shit. They just swim for a while, but then they're right into Croc Queen HQ, right? And they show up in Croc Queen HQ. They just walk through the front door. There's no guards or anything. They just walk right into the lair. They're like, "Oh, hey, what's up?"
Well, I assume that the crocodile queen probably fucked them all out.
That's true. But they are kind of surprised when they walk in. They're like, "Oh shit, it was this easy. We walked right into the lair. Oh man." And they're kind of looking around for a bit, admiring the scenery. And everybody, the Croc Queen and all her minions are just staring at them. We're like, "Yeah, this is kind of awkward. Hey, we're here to save a guy." And then they just kind of walk right up to the queen. And I write, "Oh shit, it's going down." Because Penguin...
And there's some great... Go ahead.
Penguin looks over at her groom, and then she looks at the Croc Queen, and she goes, "You nympho."
You couldn't get enough, so you stole my husband, bitch.
We're gonna throw hands over some dick in the climax.
This is like a fucking Maury at this point, right?
Yeah.
Like, shit is
absolutely.
going down, man. Like, she is not the father. Like, you are not the father, and they are just fucking throwing down, and somebody's throwing a fucking chair, and they get into a huge fight. But also, Croc Queen asks, she goes, "Which one of these tasty young snacks is your husband?" And she goes, it's obviously the guy right there in the front. And she goes, "Well, I have him under mind control, and he loves me more than he loves you." And cue the fight, right? That's when the Maury fight begins. Magic Man takes out
She's
Penguin.
taking off her shoes.
Yeah. Magic Man takes out Penguin real quick, though.
Oh, yeah.
He just, kind of hits her with the stick. Hits her with the stick on the ground, and then the Croc Boys kind of carry her off the screen. And Mandala and the Croc Boys get into a big fight.
He's just feeding people to the crocs.
Yeah.
But okay,
Yeah.
so he feeds Croc Boys into the croc pit with the real croc, but at the same time, aren't these guys also real crocs? They just turn into croc men when they get on the land?
Well, there's a ages-long blood feud between the crocs and the croc boys. You should have read the comic.
Oh, okay. So they eat each other. They're cannibalistic. The crocs eat the Croc Boy?
Yeah. You never had a Croc
Yeah.
Boy?
Okay, I get
There's
it.
a Croc Boy place right down here.
We'll go after this.
They should have some Croc Boy on the menu here. Hold
Yeah.
on, let me look for it.
Hey, Barry, do you have
One
any
Croc
Barry?
Boy, Barry.
Croc Boy
Barry.
plays?
Barry.
Round of Croc Boys for the table. If you keep walking away, I'm never going to be able to... Fine. Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Can we go... Is there even a fucking salad bar in this Sizzler? All right, fuck it. Let's get back to the movie. So, guys, you know what? You know what we want to do? We go from this fight. We go from him tossing Croc Boys into the croc pit. Then the queen comes in. She does a little croc mind trick on our boy Mandala. And he comes up to her. They go off to have a little sexy time. But while they're having sexy time, we finally get to see what the minions do when the queen is away. And boy, with 5 minutes left in this movie, cue that fucking dance number.
I would have liked to have heard the Miss 45 Halloween party music over this.
Oh, yes.
You saw Mr. Met in the background, right? He was in the orgy.
He was definitely there.
Mr. Met is in the orgy. A lady's kissing on his head.
You can hear Mandala in the other room going, "Oh, the Mound of Venus."
There is like a big orgy going on in the main room. Magic Man doesn't get it. He's really jealous because he doesn't get to join in the orgy. He doesn't get to hang out with the queen or anything. He gets nothing, man.
This is before Viagra.
Yeah. You're right. He didn't have his Blue Chew with him.
No.
So he's there. He's alone. There's 5 minutes left in this movie, and we're watching an orgy dance party.
Yeah.
One has to assume this is why Mr. Crown chose this.
Yes, of course. And so Penguin Lady is apparently fat. She's not really fastened to a wall.
She's like in stocks.
Instead of like traditional stocks where you put the head through, they just put her hands through it.
So she's more like Ernest stuck in a window.
She could walk away.
Ernest stuck in a window.
Hey, Vert, there's an orgy going on.
Yeah, she's just carrying like a big pile of wood. And apparently this trapped her. And so the Croc people, they're having their orgy and everything, and the Croc Queen, she's having it on with Mandala, and then this all ends in boom, the old fucking wizard from the beginning of the movie's back. He goes, "Remember that movie with me in it?" And he flies through the air, and he goes to the master's house, and he goes, "Hey, dude, got some bad news. I gave Mandala that devil's sword and all, but
It doesn't do shit.
yeah, he sucks, man. He got mind controlled by the Croc Queen, and we're in trouble."
So you got to get through to him with your telepathy.
And he's like, "Oh, is it that easy? I can just kind of tell him what to do." He goes, "Yeah, just kind of mind control him. Tell him like, hey, just don't believe what that queen tells you, because she's actually here. We'll say it right here. The master uses his mind telepathy to break the spell by contacting Madala and saying, 'Hey man, she isn't even hot. She's just a hag.'"
I love how that's his reason. Like, come on, dude.
It literally is that. He just pops up in his brain. It's like, she ain't even that hot.
Yes.
She's an
What are you doing?
She's
Come
an
on,
ancient
Barry.
hag.
And Shane screaming, "No!
Yeah.
No!"
It's like, tag me in then, you fucking ungrateful bastard.
This is where the movie lost Shane.
Yeah.
He walked out of the room. He was very upset.
All the blood rushed back to my face, and I was like, "You bastards!"
And so the master's like, "Quit being a puss, Mandala. Wake up. Get that sword and get the hell out of there." And he goes, "Okay." So here's what happens is Mandala just kind of gets out of his trance, picks up his devil's sword, which is apparently so important. Nobody cares. He just walks out of the room. The Croc Queen doesn't even give a shit. She just watches him fucking walk out of the room with the sword. She's like, whatever. And then he goes in and he fights some goons.
Yeah, because the bride is fighting her hypnotized husband while Barry starts going full Roadhouse on the Croc Boys.
And they, by the way, they're not even Croc Boys at this point because they ran out of costumes.
Yeah.
It's those guys in the crocodile hats.
They don't even have the hats at this point. It's just guys now.
Yeah.
No, it's like the dirty rag diapers. Like, that's it.
Yeah, but no croc heads.
Yeah, they're Croc boys without the croc.
Yeah.
They're just boys.
Yes, here come the boys.
And so eventually Mandala runs over and he breaks Penguin free from her wood shackles by just kind of knocking the wood out of her hand. He's like, "All you gotta do is drop it." She's like, "Oh shit." And so she fights her own husband.
Yeah, and then Barry, after he fights through some of the boys, he runs over to the Magic Man. He runs him through with the Devil's Sword.
Yeah, and Magic Man also needed some footage for his reel, so he stumbles around for a while. And then I don't know how this happens, but apparently the croc blockers break free.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, apparently this was the time. Enough people
Yeah.
were distracted. They're like, we don't have to sit here anymore.
And they start fighting too.
This was their plan.
And then fucking everybody, and so while the croc blockers are running amok, fighting everybody, Barry starts having to dodge lasers from the big golden crocodile.
Yeah, that thing's going fucking out of control at this point, right? Shooting lasers
This
everywhere.
is like at the end of Raiders of Atlantis when the lasers are just shooting everywhere.
You know what this thing looks like? Did you ever have one of those Godzilla toys where it shoots sparks out of its mouth?
Oh yeah.
It just kind of looks like that, but like a big statue of it.
It's kind of like the croc from Peter Pan.
Yeah, yes.
that Hook keeps on the ship.
Yes. And it just shoots fire and lasers from its mouth. They couldn't decide whether it was just going to be fire or lasers, so they did both.
So everybody's in the pool.
Yeah. Everybody gets in the pool, and then Mandala stabs the statue, and somehow that statue kills the queen.
Because, of course, the two are linked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when you finally discover, his bro was right. She is a hag.
Yeah. Yeah, he was right, dude. He tried to warn him. And so then Mandala and Penguin fight the queen in her deadly bedsheet. It's not long because Mandala just stabs her in the gut.
And when he does, the lake explodes, the lair collapses, and everybody dies.
Oh, and by the way, did you notice those fake rocks falling right on the actresses' heads? It was really
bouncing.
bad, dude. It was really fucking bad. One lady, if you look closely, takes one right to the fucking head. Like, right in the middle of her forehead. Takes like a giant, 5-foot long foam boulder to her face.
Going back to the queen's death for a second, I noticed that after, I couldn't tell whether he stabbed her in the gut or slit her throat because it looked like her throat was bleeding. But when she falls to the ground, she turns into a crocodile, and you see that for a couple seconds. And apparently that's how she dies. She just turns
and
back
then
into a
BJ
crocodile.
fucks it.
Yeah.
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 That's deleted.
BJ
He
comes
pops
back.
up again. He's still alive.
So Croc HQ is crumbling. Everybody tries to make an escape. People are taking rocks to the face. We don't ever find out what happens because we just cut to black. Then we cut later. Mandala, Penguin, and the groom, they're all fine. Everybody's fine.
Yeah,
And they're like, thank you so much for helping us, Mandela. He's like, hey, you don't have to thank me. My destiny's elsewhere.
Yeah, and he looks at him, he says, this is the last line of the movie. He says, may God bless you.
yes.
And may
Yeah,
your
it's like-
lives be filled with happiness.
Notice that the husband hasn't said a word. I think he wants to go back.
Yeah, I don't think Sanjaya had a single goddamn line in this movie.
He didn't need one.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets by on his. He obviously gets
The
by
rat
on his
stash.
looks, guys.
Yeah, the dude in
Speaks
distress. He's a
volumes.
typical
Yeah.
objectified male.
Look, people don't go to Chippendales to see the guys talk. All right, we got what we wanted.
I don't know. I try to chat him up.
While they're in the middle of a dance.
But yeah, I love that.
Hey, I like your haircut, high and tight. Where'd you get it done?
But yeah, I love how we end on that. May God bless you. Yes, this Christian Indonesian tribe.
Well, this is definitely before Christianity
Oh,
was introduced to Indonesia.
This ends like the fucking Christmas Carol. Yeah, like fucking Tiny Tim's here. And God bless everyone. I'm like, what the fuck? And he kind of just rides off, and the bride and Penguin and the groom kind of look at each other like, I don't know what the fuck
They're just
that
like,
meant at all, dude.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing anymore.
Yeah,
Their
they're like,
village is still
bye,
dead.
bye, movie, and they kind of wave to him like he's Shane, just riding off
Yeah.
into the sunset. Like, all right, and then
Come back, Shane.
but they're not saying come back. They're like, just leave.
Yeah, just
Ride faster, Shane.
Yeah, don't come back. And then the movie just kind of cuts to black, and it ends. No credits or anything. It just ends.
Yeah.
And that's the Devil's Sword. So, guys, recommendations.
Tara, you start off.
Yeah, this is a hard recommend. This is basically everything you want in a Grindhouse movie. I mean, it's got the violence. It's unintentionally funny. It's very horny. It's just it's all the elements are in place. I don't know how well, having seen it once, I don't know how well it would hold up on repeated viewings. But if you're gonna watch it once, the first time watching it is fucking amazing.
Shane?
As for me, I would also call this a hard recommend.
God.
I will have some repeated viewings.
I'll bet.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's just you don't know what to expect. Shit, they're just throwing shit at you the entire movie. It's so fast paced. It's so crazy. It's a ton of fun. It's freaky as hell. I fucking love it.
Bobby?
I mean, I'm with the boys. I mean, this is a very, very hard recommend. And I could say, to your point, Terry, I have seen this multiple times. I own a copy. I've shown this at obscure movie nights with some of my friends, and it slays every time. Like, this is one of those that I show people.
I will 100% be showing this to friends. This is
You want to share
tremendous.
this one with people,
Yeah.
because it's got everything. It's even got shit you didn't ask for.
Yeah,
exactly.
So like, it's all that and then some. It's amazing. I fucking love it, and I want to see more Barry Prima movies because of it. If they're
Oh, yeah.
anywhere near as good as this. What do you think, Mike?
Oh, recommend for sure. It was great. It's classic Grindbin fare, as Terry said. It's got everything you'd want in a Grindhouse movie. But you know what it doesn't have, which I'm very glad, is no actual rape scenes.
it's true.
Yeah.
And the sex scenes are very tasteful because there's no sex scenes, it's just kissing.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, I don't think
yeah.
I've ever seen a Grindhouse movie with so much consensual sex in it.
This is like,
It's a
if you cut out
guilt-free
the
watch.
gore, this would be like a PG movie.
Seriously. Yeah.
It's no more gory than like Temple of Doom, you know. But no, it's a fun one. I definitely think seek it out. You can find a copy on YouTube, or you have to order it on Amazon through DVD, because I don't believe it's available streaming anywhere.
I don't think it is, but yeah, the DVD is not out of print to my knowledge. You can get it through Mondo Macabro. That whole line of films is great.
And please support them, because they did a hell of a lot of work restoring this movie. It didn't deserve the amazing restoration that it has, but I'm glad they did it. So it's a great movie. The quality is too good, so you can definitely tell the makeup lines and all that stuff, and the rubber crocodile outfits very, very prominently, which were never meant to be seen that way, but it makes it just a little bit better. So, do you guys hear that sound?
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
And no, it's not our waiter coming back. That is the sound of the straight arrow.
How did it get all the way here to Indonesia?
I don't know.
I think it's a submersible now.
I mean, we got a real easy one, obviously,
Yeah, this was too easy.
Too fucking easy.
but try and be a little creative. You know, maybe
Yeah.
somebody go for the easy one, maybe somebody go for a different one. Why don't you?
Okay, I
boys
think I've
start?
got one.
Oh, okay, here it goes.
May I go?
Yeah.
I think that when Mandala ran into the Cyclops, he wasn't protecting the devil's sword. He was protecting the devil's van.
Oh my gosh.
And you see, the queen, she has just a non-stop smorgasbord of boys, but once in a while, she needs something a little bit more significant, something a little more substantial. She needs studs. And so I think she typically, on more than one occasion, has sent BJ to the Mountain of Swords to go call upon the devil's van to drive up to, because as we know, it is a submersible. So it could just drive right into that lake and head on down to her lair. But now that she's been dispatched and destroyed, why, the devil's van is free to drive anywhere it wants.
Oh, wow. Jeez. Oh my God. It's going to keep me up at
Yeah.
night.
Carrier shake.
Leaving off on that
Have
ellipses.
some white nightmares. Terry, you want to go?
I have to apologize. I went for the low-hanging fruit. This one was way too easy. Because, see, what happens is, Bobby and DeVito, they're at the library, they're reading a National Geographic magazine, because they're looking for some, some scandalous pics of some African tribeswomen, but then they come across this article about the crocodile queen, and they read that she is very into studs. So, of course, DeVito's just like, Bobby, we're going to Indonesia. So they get in their submersible van and they drive all the way to Indonesia, and yeah, like I said, really easy. I'm sorry I couldn't be more creative, but this. what else could it be?
Shane?
Well, obviously, Mandela's got some new adventures on his hands now. He's not stopping. As he goes off into the sunset, he finds that there's some more trouble in Little Indonesia. He hears that the women of another village are being tormented by a strange little imp and his fiery, poofy-haired cohorts who pilot a strange yellow machine. He's gonna need more than a double sword for this one.
Holy shit, that was so close to the one I was going to do. So I was going to say, Shane, on that note, I was thinking that when Mandala finally looked at that dick pic again, he goes, oh, hold on, I had it upside down. Oh, shit. So then he finally is able to follow that dick pic map, and it leads him to another village in Indonesia that's being tormented, yes, by another creature under a lake. But this one,
Oh no.
well, the inside's a waterbed and it's all shag. And they aren't bringing down the men from the village, although the men keep going down there and they keep sending them back and going, bring the women, but the men keep going down there. No, I don't. Oh, God.
Sanjaya, what are you doing down here?
But no, they go to the back of the van, and that shag room, and that shag waterbed. And Bobby has been tormenting a whole village full of men, but he can never get a woman to go down there. And that's how it ends. Mm-hmm. I didn't have much more than that, yeah. So, guys, do you have anything that you want to plug before we end this here and get our check here at the Sizzler, even though we've never eaten and we never even got to order a drink? We just all sat here.
Let's have this dirty glass. Well, Terry, you're a music man. You must have something to plug.
Nah, not at the moment.
You're a regular Chris man. You got stuff.
The biggest compliment you can get, you're a regular Chris man.
that is a very high compliment.
Yeah.
No, I guess I'm like working on music right now. My Bandcamp is terrylinks.bandcamp.com, so you can check that out, I guess. There's nothing on there right now. It's just going to be, sorry, this
Perfect.
Bandcamp doesn't exist. But once I put something on there,
But go to it anyway. Give him money.
Exactly.
Check back in a couple years.
just like just bookmark it, just have it just in case. When I finally upload something, it'll be there.
We're also working on another project. We won't say what, but we have been doing some recordings. We'll finish that up.
No.
And maybe we'll have
Oh,
something.
nice.
Very cool.
And we're hoping you guys will come back and join us for another episode of the Grindbin, maybe under different circumstances where we don't find you dressed as Native Americans sitting in the middle of an Indonesian sizzler.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean,
Yeah,
this is pretty
it's,
comfortable, but still.
I mean, now I feel kind of dumb looking like this.
I don't know. It feels right.
It's all kind of silly when you think about it.
When you put it that way.
So do we have anything else to plug before we... Well, you can find us at grindhousefilm.com. We're Twitter at grindpod. You can find us on iTunes, which you probably have already, but rate and review us 5 stars if you can on iTunes. We're the Grindbin Podcast.
Yeah, if you like what we're doing, give us the 5-star and tell a friend about us. Get the word around.
Yes, and you can join our Patreon for $2 a month and hear bonus episodes. We're supposed to be doing them weekly. We've been falling behind a little bit there, but I gotta get back into that.
Well, we are out of the country right now,
Well,
so it's a little understandable.
That is true, but The feed's on April. They don't know that.
So check that
Yeah,
out.
so check that out. No, we have. I'll cut that out. But no, we got bonus episodes where we've been doing a lot of Freddy's Nightmares episodes. Shane joined us for one of those. That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
He locked Terry in his room while Shane was talking about Freddy's Nightmares with Bobby and I. We also did a Bionic Woman. That was a lot of fun.
Terry, do you want to come back and join us for a Freddy episode?
Oh, for sure.
I wonder
Yes.
what it would be like to get Terry on an episode without Shane.
Probably
That
not.
would be weird.
That would.
Impossible. This whole time
Yeah.
it's just been Shane throwing his voice.
Yeah, you'll be
So
very disappointed.
What I want to do is
What you don't know is that we're kind of like from Basket Case.
Yeah,
You
we're-
know?
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I'm going,
Terry's the little one.
I'm going in the basket right after this.
More wicker baskets.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is an episode of Freddy's Nightmares where Shane and Terry are just jumping rope in the background while we talk.
Perfect. Oh, hey, Barry. Hey.
Barry, can we get the check for the rolls at least? Wait, guys, that's not Barry. I think he might have left.
Oh my god.
Excuse me, waiter, is that? Wait. Oh, that's Eddie. No, Eddie.
Oh my god. He's got a Greg. He's got chloroform. Oh!
Shit.
I got some business down by the lake with the Crocs. You clean up after this.
Fine.
Bobby, hidup kan mobil.
Hey, Bobby, I got the money.
Dad, I made the team. But you're a hooker.
Get that goddamn thing out of your mouth.
Boogie got no real rhythm. We're gonna play a little game, baby.
I just love funny games. Get a little girl all hot and horny.
This is Los Angeles.
How the hell is women's live? I'm horny. And maybe Daddy was trying to kill himself because he couldn't get it up anymore. What a shame.
Come on, just step on the gas